Greetings, students of Nankai University of Technology. Welcome to Unit 11, Smart Leisure and Low-Carbon Sustainable Development. In this unit, we will explore how smart technology and sustainable practices are shaping the future of leisure in tourism. The goal is to enhance our experiences while reducing environmental impact through innovation and low-carbon strategies. From smart energy systems to eco-friendly design and responsible travel, technology now plays a vital role in balancing enjoyment with sustainability. As we move forward, we will discuss how these ideas help create a greener, smarter, and more responsible leisure industry for future generations. 2. Why smart leisure and sustainability matter today. To understand why this topic is so important, we need to look at three global drivers: environmental crisis, technological revolution, and consumer awareness. First, the environmental crisis is real and urgent. Tourism contributes significantly to climate change. With rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and ecosystem disruptions already affecting popular destinations, the leisure industry cannot ignore its environmental impact. If we continue with business as usual, we risk losing many of the natural and cultural attractions that draw people to travel in the first place. Second, we are living in the age of a technological revolution. Digital innovation offers us tools that were unimaginable only a decade ago. Mobile apps, artificial intelligence, and sensor-driven systems allow us to manage resources with greater precision. They enable us to reduce waste, optimize energy consumption, and enhance the efficiency of leisure facilities. Importantly, these technologies do not compromise quality or enjoyment. Instead, they create opportunities for more personalized, seamless, and environmentally friendly experiences. Finally, consumer awareness is reshaping the market. Today's travelers, especially younger generations, demand sustainable options. Surveys show that over 70% of millennials are willing to pay more for environmentally responsible experiences. This represents a profound shift in market expectations. Sustainability is no longer an optional feature, it is becoming a core requirement. Businesses and destinations that fail to respond risk losing relevance and competitiveness in an increasingly eco-conscious world. Together, these three forces make it clear: sustainability in leisure is not a passing trend. It is an essential transformation driven by environmental necessity, technological potential, and consumer demand. 3. Defining smart leisure. So, what exactly is smart leisure? At its core, smart leisure represents the convergence of digital technology and recreational activities. It transforms the way we plan, participate in, and manage leisure by making experiences more efficient, more personalized, and more sustainable. There are three key dimensions to this idea. The first is digital integration. Think of mobile apps that provide real-time travel information, Internet of Things sensors that monitor environmental conditions, and AI-powered platforms that offer personalized recommendations. These tools allow us to seamlessly blend technology into our leisure activities, improving convenience and enjoyment while reducing inefficiencies. The second dimension is data-driven insights. Smart systems collect and analyze information about user behavior, resource usage, and environmental factors. With this knowledge, managers can make better decisions about everything from energy use in hotels to crowd management at popular attractions. By aligning operations with real-time data, we minimize waste and reduce the environmental footprint of leisure. The third dimension is connected ecosystems. Smart leisure is not about isolated technologies but about creating a network where transportation, accommodation, and recreational activities are interconnected. When these components work together, supported by digital platforms, we achieve a level of efficiency and sustainability that benefits everyone, from operators to travelers. In short, smart leisure is about more than technology. It is about reimagining leisure as a system that enhances user experience while safeguarding the environment. This approach ensures that leisure activities can thrive in the long term, offering both enjoyment and responsibility in equal measure. 4. The 3 pillars of sustainable development. When we talk about sustainable development in the context of leisure, we must recognize that it stands on 3 equally important pillars: environmental, social, and economic. Only when these 3 work in harmony can we create leisure systems that are resilient, equitable, and long-lasting. The first pillar is environmental sustainability. This involves protecting natural resources, reducing pollution, and conserving biodiversity. In practical terms, it means minimizing the carbon footprint of leisure activities, safeguarding landscapes from overdevelopment, and promoting renewable energy. For example, replacing fossil fuel-powered transport with electric mobility, or integrating solar and wind power into leisure facilities, directly reduces environmental damage. The second pillar is social sustainability. Leisure is not just about visitors, it must also respect and benefit local communities. This includes ensuring equitable access to leisure opportunities, preserving local cultures, and enhancing the overall quality of life. A sustainable leisure model makes sure that residents are not displaced or marginalized by tourism, but instead gain opportunities, pride, and social well-being from it. The third pillar is economic sustainability. Without economic viability, sustainability efforts cannot survive. Smart and sustainable leisure must generate long-term value by creating jobs, supporting small businesses, and building resilient local economies. Importantly, it must do so while using resources efficiently and avoiding exploitative practices that lead to short-term profits but long-term harm. Together, these 3 pillars form the foundation of sustainable leisure. They remind us that sustainability is not simply about reducing emissions, it is about building a balanced system that supports people, planet, and prosperity all at once. 5. Understanding low-carbon tourism. Low-carbon tourism is a concept that focuses on reducing greenhouse gas emissions across the entire leisure chain, from transportation and accommodation to food and activities. Rather than eliminating travel, the goal is to make it as close to carbon neutral as possible through innovation, efficiency, and conscious decision-making. The largest share of emissions, around 70%, comes from transportation. This includes flights, buses, and private cars used to reach leisure destinations. Other significant sources include the energy consumed in accommodations, the production and waste of food, the energy required for activities such as skiing or boating, and infrastructure development. Recognizing these emission sources allows us to target them with effective solutions. Reduction strategies play a central role. Promoting local and regional tourism reduces long-distance travel emissions. Encouraging longer stays means fewer trips overall, while investments in renewable energy can lower emissions from accommodations and attractions. The principles of a circular economy, such as recycling, reusing, and reducing waste, help close resource loops. Finally, smart technologies optimize energy use and improve efficiency in ways that were not possible before. The vision of low-carbon tourism is not to restrict people from enjoying leisure but to transform the experience into one that balances enjoyment with responsibility. By combining conscious choices with smart systems, we can ensure that the joys of travel remain accessible while safeguarding the climate and natural environment for future generations. 6. Green transportation revolution in leisure. Transportation is one of the most critical areas where smart and sustainable practices can transform leisure. The green transportation revolution offers innovative solutions that reduce emissions while enhancing mobility for travelers. One example is e-bike networks. With smart bike sharing systems equipped with GPS tracking and mobile app integration, travelers can move conveniently over short distances while reducing reliance on cars. These networks not only cut emissions but also promote healthier lifestyles. Another solution is electric public transit. Battery-powered buses and trams provide quiet, emission-free transportation to leisure destinations. Many systems now feature real-time arrival information and route optimization, ensuring convenience alongside sustainability. In some destinations, electric fleets have replaced traditional fuel-powered transport entirely, cutting emissions dramatically. A third innovation is shared mobility. Car-sharing platforms and ride-pooling services reduce the need for private vehicle ownership. This provides affordable and flexible access to recreational areas while minimizing congestion and emissions. Importantly, these solutions are supported by infrastructure such as charging stations at leisure destinations and smart routing apps that guide tourists to the most efficient, low-carbon paths. Together, these technologies demonstrate that sustainable transportation is not a compromise but an improvement, offering cleaner, smarter, and more enjoyable ways to travel. 7. Smart energy systems in leisure facilities. Energy efficiency is one of the most important aspects of sustainable leisure facilities. By adopting smart energy systems, destinations can reduce consumption significantly while still ensuring comfort and convenience for visitors. These innovations demonstrate how technology can make leisure both environmentally friendly and highly enjoyable. The first component is renewable energy. Solar panels, wind turbines, and geothermal systems are now increasingly used to power hotels, resorts, and recreation centers. Combined with smart inverters and energy storage systems, these technologies reduce dependence on traditional grids while ensuring reliable, clean power. Facilities that make use of renewables not only reduce emissions but also create powerful symbols of sustainability for guests. The second innovation is climate control systems powered by AI. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning represent one of the largest sources of energy use in leisure facilities. By using AI to adjust temperature, humidity, and air quality based on occupancy, weather, and user preferences, these systems can cut waste by up to 30%. This means visitors enjoy a more comfortable environment while operators save costs and protect the planet. The third element is smart lighting. Modern LED systems incorporate motion sensors, daylight harvesting, and even circadian rhythm programming to optimize illumination. By delivering the right light at the right time, they not only reduce electricity consumption but also improve the well-being of guests. In summary, smart energy systems demonstrate how innovation and sustainability can go hand in hand. They show us that creating efficient, enjoyable, and sustainable spaces is not only possible but already happening in leisure industries worldwide. 8. IoT-driven resource management. The Internet of Things, or IoT, is transforming the way resources are managed in leisure facilities. By enabling real-time monitoring and automatic optimization, IoT systems deliver unprecedented efficiency gains that benefit both operators and the environment. The process begins with data collection. Sensors monitor water usage, energy consumption, environmental conditions, and visitor patterns. This generates vast datasets that provide insight into how facilities are used and where improvements can be made. Next is pattern recognition. With the help of machine learning, these systems identify trends, predict future demand, and detect anomalies that may signal inefficiencies or maintenance issues. For example, an unusual spike in water usage can quickly alert managers to potential leaks. The third stage is automated optimization. Smart systems adjust lighting, irrigation, heating, and cooling in real time based on incoming data, weather forecasts, and predicted visitor flows. This ensures that resources are used only when and where they are needed. Finally, IoT systems employ continuous learning. By analyzing historical data and incorporating user feedback, they become smarter over time, constantly refining their strategies to maximize efficiency. A real-world example is Central Park in New York, which uses more than 3,000 IoT sensors to monitor soil moisture, air quality, and visitor density. This has reduced water consumption by 25% while simultaneously improving the visitor experience. Such outcomes show that IoT-driven resource management is a practical and powerful pathway to sustainable leisure. 9. Smart waste management in recreation. Waste management is a major challenge in recreation and tourism, but smart systems are redefining how we approach it. Instead of viewing waste simply as garbage to be disposed of, these systems turn it into a resource and close the loop in a circular economy. The first innovation is smart collection systems. Solar-powered compacting bins with fill-level sensors optimize collection routes, reducing unnecessary fuel use and labor. RFID tracking technologies allow managers to analyze waste streams, while mobile apps provide real-time monitoring of bin status. This ensures cleanliness and efficiency in public spaces without excess cost. The second innovation lies in circular economy integration. On-site composting systems handle organic waste, reducing landfill contributions while producing valuable compost for landscaping. Recycling programs with QR code tracking improve accountability and transparency. Waste-to-energy facilities convert non-recyclable waste into power for leisure facilities. Additionally, reusable container programs at events reduce single-use plastics and promote sustainable consumption patterns. What makes these systems truly transformative is that they go beyond disposal. They create closed-loop systems where waste becomes a resource rather than a burden. This is not just a technical improvement but a cultural shift, redefining how communities, businesses, and travelers interact with the environment. By combining smart monitoring with circular principles, recreation facilities can dramatically reduce their environmental footprint while enhancing visitor satisfaction. In the long run, smart waste management becomes a symbol of responsibility and innovation, demonstrating that even the most overlooked aspects of leisure can contribute to sustainability. 10. Sustainable accommodation innovation. Accommodation is one of the most resource-intensive areas of leisure, but through smart technologies and sustainable practices, hotels and eco-lodges can become leaders in reducing environmental impact. At the same time, these innovations enhance guest experiences, showing that sustainability and comfort are not mutually exclusive. The first innovation is smart check-in and energy activation. With mobile check-in, a guest's arrival automatically activates room systems. Keycard access ensures that energy use, such as lights and air conditioning, only operates when the guest is present. This prevents the common problem of wasted energy in unoccupied rooms. The second is personalized climate control. Artificial intelligence learns each guest's preferences, adjusting temperature, lighting, and ventilation automatically. Motion sensors ensure that these systems only function when needed, balancing efficiency with comfort. Guests enjoy a tailored experience while the facility significantly reduces energy waste. Water conservation is another essential aspect. Smart water systems integrate low-flow fixtures, gray water recycling, and advanced irrigation technologies. Together, these measures can cut water consumption by up to 40% without compromising comfort or landscape aesthetics. Finally, sustainable dining is becoming part of the accommodation experience. AI-powered kitchens help reduce food waste by optimizing portion sizes and sourcing local ingredients. By aligning guest preferences with efficient preparation, hotels can reduce both cost and environmental impact. Through these innovations, sustainable accommodation demonstrates a forward-looking model, combining smart technology with eco-conscious practices to create spaces that are efficient, comfortable, and environmentally responsible. 11. Personal carbon footprint tracking. One of the most powerful tools for promoting sustainable travel behavior is personal carbon footprint tracking. With mobile applications, travelers can monitor and understand their impact in real time, which creates opportunities for both awareness and action. The first function of these apps is real-time monitoring. By integrating GPS, payment data, and IoT connections, they automatically track emissions from transportation choices, energy use and accommodation, and even activity-related carbon output. Instead of abstract numbers, travelers receive instant, personalized feedback on their daily decisions. The second innovation is gamification. Features such as badges, leaderboards, and challenges motivate users to adopt more sustainable behaviors. For example, travelers may compete with friends to see who can reduce their footprint the most during a trip. Social functions allow people to compare, share, and celebrate their progress, creating a culture of eco-responsibility. A third important feature is offset integration. Many apps connect directly to verified carbon offset projects, allowing users to neutralize their impact by supporting reforestation, renewable energy, or community development initiatives. This creates an immediate and transparent link between personal choices and global sustainability goals. Case studies have shown the effectiveness of these tools. Popular apps like TripIt Green and Carbon Tracker have already helped over 2 million travelers reduce their footprints by an average of 15%. The combination of awareness, motivation, and offset opportunities makes personal carbon footprint tracking a practical way to turn sustainability into everyday behavior. 12. Big data revolutionizing sustainability. Big data is playing an increasingly critical role in transforming leisure and tourism into more sustainable systems. By analyzing massive datasets with advanced analytics and machine learning, destinations can prevent problems, optimize resources, and ensure better outcomes for both visitors and the environment. One key application is predictive demand modeling. Algorithms can forecast visitor numbers with remarkable accuracy, over 90%, by analyzing historical patterns, weather conditions, social media activity, and economic indicators. With this knowledge, destinations can prepare resources in advance, avoiding overcrowding and environmental stress. The second application is dynamic pricing systems. By adjusting ticket prices, accommodation rates, or transportation fees in real time based on demand, managers can spread visitors more evenly across times and locations. This not only enhances visitor experiences but also protects fragile destinations from overuse. The third use is environmental impact forecasting. Predictive models assess the likely environmental consequences of tourism patterns, enabling decision-makers to take preventive action before damage occurs. For instance, if projections suggest a coral reef will suffer from increased activity, restrictions can be implemented in advance. In essence, big data shifts the approach from being reactive to being proactive. Instead of waiting for problems to appear, destinations can anticipate and prevent them. This creates a sustainable balance between economic benefits, visitor satisfaction, and environmental protection. 13. Empowering local communities. For sustainable leisure to succeed, it must actively involve and benefit local communities. Without the engagement of residents, sustainability efforts risk being imposed from the outside, which can lead to resistance or even harm. By empowering communities, we ensure that tourism development strengthens cultural identity, economic opportunity, and environmental stewardship. The first approach is community consultation. Through town hall meetings, digital platforms, and ongoing dialogues, residents can contribute their voices to decision-making. This ensures that projects reflect local needs and values, rather than only external investor interests. A second pillar is economic benefits. Training programs and micro-enterprise support enable local residents to acquire skills and establish small businesses that serve sustainable tourism markets. This not only creates jobs but also keeps financial value within the community, making tourism development more inclusive and resilient. Cultural preservation is also central. Communities can use digital archives, storytelling platforms, and heritage programs to document and share their traditions. By controlling how their culture is presented, they avoid exploitation and ensure respectful representation for visitors. Finally, stewardship programs allow locals to take an active role in conservation. By participating in environmental monitoring, reforestation, or wildlife protection, residents directly contribute to protecting their natural resources. Empowering local communities is not just a matter of fairness, it is a strategic necessity. When people feel ownership over tourism initiatives, they become partners in sustainability, ensuring that efforts last far beyond short-term projects. 14. Digital education for sustainable behavior. Education is one of the most effective ways to create lasting change, and digital technologies are transforming how travelers learn about sustainability. By using interactive tools, we can inspire behavior that extends beyond vacations and becomes part of everyday life. The first innovation is interactive learning platforms. Virtual reality experiences can immerse users in the impacts of climate change, while augmented reality applications reveal hidden environmental information on site. Gamified quizzes, scavenger hunts, and challenges make learning engaging and memorable. A second dimension is social learning networks. Online communities, peer-to-peer platforms, and influencer partnerships spread eco-awareness through shared experiences and storytelling. User-generated content showcases best practices and motivates others to adopt sustainable habits. The impact is measurable. According to research, travelers who engage with digital environmental education are 78% more likely to continue sustainable practices at home. Campaigns have already reached over 3.2 million people globally, with knowledge retention improving by 45% thanks to gamified methods. The key takeaway is that education is not limited to lectures or brochures. With digital platforms, sustainability can be made engaging, interactive, and personal. This creates not only better informed travelers but also a global network of individuals who see themselves as active participants in protecting the planet. 15. Smart food systems reducing waste. Food services are another critical area in which smart technologies are reshaping sustainability. Restaurants, resorts, and leisure facilities often produce large amounts of waste. By using artificial intelligence and data analytics, we can dramatically reduce waste while maintaining high quality and guest satisfaction. The first innovation is demand forecasting. By analyzing historical sales, weather conditions, local events, and seasonal trends, AI can predict food demand with up to 95% accuracy. This prevents over-preparation, reducing both cost and food waste. The second is smart inventory management. IoT sensors and RFID tags monitor ingredient freshness and track stock levels. When items approach expiration, the system can alert staff, rotate inventory, or redirect ingredients for donation, preventing unnecessary disposal. The third is dynamic portion optimization. Machine learning analyzes guest consumption patterns, allowing kitchens to adjust portion sizes intelligently. This maintains customer satisfaction while reducing plate waste, which is one of the largest sources of food loss in leisure settings. Finally, waste stream conversion closes the loop. Food scraps can be processed through composting or biogas systems, turning waste into value for landscaping or energy production. Together, these smart food systems show that efficiency, sustainability, and quality can coexist. By rethinking how we produce and consume food in leisure environments, we move closer to a future where waste is minimized and resources are fully utilized. 16. Case study, Taiwan's Sun Moon Lake. Sun Moon Lake in Taiwan has become a global model for low-carbon tourism integration, demonstrating how traditional natural beauty can coexist with advanced sustainable technology. This case study highlights how comprehensive planning and innovation can transform a destination into a benchmark for others. The initiative began in 2018 with a comprehensive low-carbon certification program. It covered all sectors: transportation, accommodation, dining, and activities, setting a clear and ambitious standard for the entire region. By 2020, the lake achieved a complete transition to electric transportation. Boats, buses, and bike fleets were replaced with electric alternatives, cutting transportation emissions by 80% while maintaining service quality and accessibility for visitors. This major shift showed that environmental responsibility does not mean sacrificing convenience. In 2022, smart technologies were fully integrated. IoT systems were deployed across the ecosystem to track water quality, visitor impact, and energy consumption in real time. This allowed continuous optimization and proactive management, ensuring both environmental health and visitor satisfaction. Key innovations also include a solar-powered cable car, a waste-to-energy visitor center, indigenous cultural integration programs, smart traffic management, and carbon-neutral accommodations. The results have been remarkable: a 65% reduction in carbon emissions, a 20% increase in visitor satisfaction, and a 30% growth in local employment. By 2023, Sun Moon Lake achieved full carbon-neutral status and even received UNESCO recognition for sustainability. This case study demonstrates that sustainable leisure is achievable when technology, policy, and community come together with a shared vision. 17. Global Excellence, Copenhagen Smart Leisure. Copenhagen is another outstanding example of how smart technologies can be integrated with sustainable leisure to create a city that prioritizes quality of life and environmental responsibility. One of its most ambitious goals is to achieve carbon neutrality by 2025. This is not a distant dream but a structured, citywide strategy. The leisure and tourism sectors play a key role in this effort, with investments in renewable energy and smart infrastructure leading the way. Copenhagen is also famous for Strøget, the world's longest pedestrian street. This urban space combines historical charm with modern sustainability. Smart lighting, waste management systems, and real-time crowd monitoring ensure that visitors and residents enjoy a safe, vibrant, and environmentally friendly experience. The city's integrated cycling network is another global benchmark. With 390 kilometers of smart bike lanes, traffic optimization systems, and weather-responsive lighting, Copenhagen has built the most advanced urban cycling ecosystem in the world. A staggering 62% of residents commute by bicycle daily, supported by digital tools and green infrastructure. The achievements are equally impressive in terms of energy and space. 96% of Copenhagen's electricity comes from renewable sources like wind and biomass, powering both leisure and daily life. Additionally, nearly half of the city, 45%, is covered by green spaces, parks, and recreational areas. Together, these initiatives demonstrate how a city can balance urban life, cultural heritage, and environmental responsibility. Copenhagen shows that with vision and innovation, leisure can truly be both smart and sustainable. 18. Implementation challenges and solutions. While the benefits of smart, sustainable leisure are clear, the path forward is not without obstacles. Recognizing these challenges and developing solutions is crucial to making sustainability a reality. The first challenge is high initial investment costs. Smart infrastructure often requires substantial capital. To address this, governments and businesses can form public-private partnerships, issue green bonds, or adopt phased implementation strategies. By demonstrating return on investment over time, projects can secure the funding needed for expansion. A second challenge is legacy infrastructure constraints. Many existing systems are not easily compatible with new technologies. The solution lies in retrofit strategies, modular solutions, and gradual replacement programs that allow for smooth transitions without massive disruptions. The digital divide also presents an obstacle. Not all users or communities have equal access to advanced technologies. Inclusive approaches that combine digital systems with traditional alternatives are necessary to ensure that no group is excluded from sustainable leisure opportunities. Finally, there is the issue of behavioral resistance. many travelers and operators are hesitant to adopt new sustainable practices. Overcoming this requires strong education campaigns, incentive programs, and seamless user experiences that make sustainability easy and rewarding. In short, the transition to smart and sustainable leisure requires patience and persistence. It is not simply a technical shift but a cultural one requiring long-term thinking, collaboration, and a willingness to put environmental and social benefits above short-term profits. 19. Policy frameworks enabling success. Smart and sustainable leisure cannot succeed without supportive policy frameworks. Governments at all levels, international, national, regional, and local, play a critical role in creating the right environment for innovation and sustainable practices to thrive. At the international level, agreements such as the Paris Climate Accord and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, establish broad commitments. These set the tone for global cooperation and hold nations accountable for climate and sustainability targets. National strategies often translate these commitments into action. Examples include carbon taxation, renewable energy mandates, and nationwide sustainability programs that provide clear incentives and regulations for businesses in the leisure and tourism sector. Regional programs focus on cross-border cooperation and shared resources. For example, neighboring destinations may collaborate on renewable energy projects or sustainable transportation systems to benefit entire regions. At the local level, policies are the most directly felt. Zoning regulations, building permits, and community engagement strategies ensure that development aligns with both sustainability and local values. Regulatory tools include environmental impact assessments for new projects, mandatory sustainability certifications, carbon emission limits for operators, and green building codes. These set minimum standards while pushing the industry toward higher levels of responsibility. Finally, financial incentives are key. Tax credits, grants, low-interest loans, and carbon trading mechanisms help reduce financial barriers. In some cases, performance-based funding ensures that destinations that meet sustainability goals are rewarded. Ultimately, policy frameworks provide the structure that makes sustainable leisure possible. They ensure that environmental protection, economic growth, and social well-being are not competing interests, but integrated goals. 20. Future technologies transforming leisure. Looking ahead, future technologies promise to revolutionize sustainable leisure even further, creating opportunities for unprecedented transparency, efficiency, and personalization. One exciting development is advanced AI integration. Machine learning systems will soon be able to predict environmental issues before they occur, optimize resource allocation in real time, and design personalized leisure experiences that align with both enjoyment and sustainability goals. Another is blockchain transparency. Distributed ledger technology can verify sustainability claims, ensure authenticity, and provide unalterable records of carbon impacts. This will allow travelers to trust sustainability certifications and enable the creation of secure carbon trading markets that reward genuine environmental action. Automated smart contracts represent another innovation. These self-executing agreements could automatically trigger payments for verified carbon reductions, or enforce sustainability standards without manual oversight. By embedding responsibility into the very structure of transactions, these systems create a new level of accountability. Together, these technologies will reshape leisure industries into highly adaptive, transparent, and efficient systems. They offer the potential for tourism and recreation to become not just carbon neutral but regenerative, actively restoring ecosystems while providing meaningful experiences. The message is clear: technology is not the enemy of sustainability but its most powerful ally. By embracing future innovations, the leisure sector can lead in building a world where travel and recreation are both enjoyable and environmentally restorative. 21. Summary and reflection, linking smart leisure with long-term sustainability. As we conclude this unit, it becomes clear that smart leisure and sustainable development are not separate concepts but deeply interconnected. Together, they form a powerful framework for building resilient, responsible, and fulfilling recreational experiences. Technology is the great enabler. Tools such as AI, IoT, and big data analytics allow us to optimize resource use, reduce carbon footprints, and improve efficiency across all aspects of leisure. At the same time, core sustainability goals such as low-carbon transportation, renewable energy, waste reduction, and biodiversity protection remain at the heart of this vision. Community engagement is equally essential. Smart leisure is not only about machines and data but about people creating authentic, personalized experiences while preserving cultural and natural heritage. By empowering local communities, we ensure that development is inclusive and beneficial to both residents and visitors. Finally, resilience is key. Leisure destinations must be prepared for environmental changes, evolving consumer expectations, and global challenges. Building adaptable systems ensures that they can thrive in the long term. The journey toward smart, sustainable leisure is not merely about adopting new technologies. It is about a fundamental shift in mindset, valuing long-term well-being over short-term gain, and recognizing that sustainability is not a cost but an investment in the future of both people and the planet.